Ladies and gentlemen, producers, let me turn this music down before I get some copyright issues. Ladies and gentlemen, specifically producers tonight, or today, or what evening, morning, wherever you're at, I want to speak to you. I need to ask you questions. Although it said quick Q&A, what's going on, PVPI? How you doing, family? Solo Menace, what's up? I'm good. I can't call it. I got questions for you, especially if you're a producer. I got major questions for you because we're back on here. I got some super exciting news. Producers, what's up with you, family? How you doing, man? I'm good. Everybody asking how I'm doing. I'm all right. I have a question. Producers specifically. So this week, I'm going to be spending my entire week preparing the next software that I'm getting ready to release, the next product, which is basically on screen and off screen, how to create your own music producer website in BeatStore. Many producers have been asking me, can I go over a course step by step of going over how do I do this? A lot of folks have been asking me about this for over the last year. I'm sorry, not that I've been sleeping, but I've been scatterbrained and all over the place. I'm putting that thing together tomorrow. But what's important, I need y'all. I need to ask y'all questions because producers, I can put together a course to show you how I made my website, which, you know, for me is my passive income. You know, that's what I need. Warren Buffett had a statement that said that, you know, if you're not making money when you sleep, you're going to work until you die. I don't want to see y'all have to work until y'all die, unless you want to. So this course is specifically to help you build a form of passive income. Now, when it comes to your website, it's more than just putting dope beats on a beat cart. It's more than just a shopping cart. It's more than just, you know, making it pretty. You got to do all these things that are basically, how do you set up an Airbnb PayPal account? I will definitely take care of that. It's more than just those details. I mean, all of us kind of know that, is that we see many websites where, you know, I see many websites where I consult with producers and they're like, man, I need all kind of help. And I'm like, yo, your website looks better than mine. It's not about the design. That's when I had the epiphany. It's not about the design. It's really about, it is about the design, but it's not about how aesthetically pleasing it is. It really comes down to having elements that everybody needs as a rapper coming there, you know, the majority needs. So there's things that I have learned in my years and years of putting together, but I need y'all help. So tell me the things that you guys need help with when it comes to building your music producer website. What are you confused about? Is it everything? You know, exactly. Sean Mike said user-friendly ability. I mean, it's so many things you got to do. I mean, even from how do you put, I'm going to slow these questions down, even to the point where it's like, how do you put your email list? Why do you need your email list? Why do you need some kind of a call to action? Color psychology. These are things that I studied for years, and I've been able to speak to some of the brightest minds over the years in terms of how to make my website what I need it to be. So, you know, traffic, we can briefly go over that, but I'm more so concerned about getting your, because the thing about it is, I can get you, you can get traffic, but what traffic do you want? You want quality traffic or just anybody? You want people that are specifically there? And beyond traffic, don't you want to make sure that you're directing people to a functional website? What happens if 80% of your traffic is from a cellular device and you don't have a mobile friendly website? What are you going to do? You know, so I'm going to show you some tricks that I have learned to make this as inexpensive as possible, but to create some passive income for you. That's important. That is so important. So with that said, I know a lot of you have questions, and we'll jump on another day and we'll talk about, you know, specific questions having to do with the actual beat creation process. But right now, I need your guys' help to establish what things do you want me to cover within this course. I'm going to write down notes. Let me go back through some of these questions that you have asked, and I'm going to get to the most as I can. Let me see. So, getting placements, can you increase your sales? Getting placements can make you increase your sales? Is that, usually that's the question. Getting placements can increase traffic. It can increase notoriety around your name. It doesn't always increase sales though. You know, it can increase the the brand notoriety. I've had many placements that put me on every blog site, you know, in hip hop or in America. And it did not equate to more sales. What equated to more sales was me treating my business like a business and getting in front of people who are relevant to my website, relevant traffic. Not everybody who consumes placements are rappers who are gonna buy your beats. Let me go through this. I'm sorry, I keep saying but I'm really, really excited about getting this thing done. Let me see. Can anyone give me a preferred quality about living in a remote area with no music scene? How to become successful? Like I said, we got to talk about the questions that are specifically. I like that question. We got to talk about, because those can be perspiration questions. Should I worry about improving our sales? I think it's an overall. I think it's an overall strategy, and I think that I will definitely focus in on what you should be focused more so on. And I think the product as it is, the foundation of the product is you need to focus on what you're sending people to. Because there's people out here who have beats that, in my opinion, they're not that outstanding. They're not crazy, but they're selling. Why are they selling? Because they understand the bare basics of what makes a functional website, what makes a successful website. And you know, there's things that I would like to share that in my own experiences. I don't pretend to know every single thing there is to know. I'm not a website designer. I understand that. However, I did design every one of my websites. I've done 95% of the graphic arts for myself, and there's tools that I can share with you that will limit the stress and the overwhelming feeling of, God, I have all these beats. How do I sell them? Maybe you have a website and you want to improve your website. I'm hoping that I can get you there. What's good? I've been producing for 5 months, and my biggest problem are drum pattern. Okay, so we're talking about more so the technique, but we're talking about this website development course. For those of you that are just joining me, I'm sorry if it sounds like I'm kind of scatterbrained. I'm excited right now. I'm releasing a course this week. By Friday, I'm releasing a course. I already got the graphic designer on it. I have to basically formulate the course tomorrow. I'm working on the table of contents overview tonight, but basically it's a website course tutorial on how to make your own music producer website, beat store, how to get a functional website, how to basically set yourself up so that you can have some passive income. Let me see. How can I design my website? What advice can you get? Okay, hold on. What are essential things you need to save for it? Okay, that's a good one. He said, MVD Beats said, what are the essential things you need to save for? Specifically, small percentages of any and all sales. Love that. I will do that. We'll definitely get back to that one. What kind of, actually, I'm going to sit there. I'm not being studious right now. Let me write these things down, because you guys are asking really remarkable questions that I think need to get answers. So let me ask that, because like I said, really specific by your domain host and your beat player host. To be honest, most of this is going to be really specific by your domain host. That's fine. If you have specific questions, that's fine. Should you focus on making a beat store or a website? I think that they're one and the same. A beat store is literally, you know, you don't have to worry about making a beat store. A beat store is an Arabic. A beat store is, you know, one of these other providers that basically make the beat store for you. You upload that, and of course you can sell beats within these websites themselves, but you need to have your own website. I think it's ultra important to send people to a .com. It says something about how serious you take your particular business. It's uber important. So let me write down this actual. I appreciate the questions, ladies and gentlemen, and I don't want to be rude at all, but we're specifically in here to ask questions for this website building course. I'm going to make sure that I want to do what I can to help you develop passive income for your beats, especially if you got a gang of beats up there. This is like a super producer Q&A, and I'm still a noob going back to make beats. Man, no worries, man. Go back to making your beats, brother. I want you to be doing what you got to do. Don't live in America. Then how can I get into it? Okay, hold on just a second. I'm trying to look through. I'm reading stuff out loud. How do I create my own logo? We're gonna go over that too. I like that. So logo questions, easy. Okay, the other question that I got was really good. Was where was it at? Should I focus on my B store? Oh, I'm sorry, that was the other one. How to get people to your site. Let me see. Accurately or not present on social media. That's another good question. He said, how do you get people to your website when you're not active on social media? You know, there's definitely some outlets that I'm going to speak briefly about, but this, I'm going to save another course specifically to teach you what I know about drawing traffic and drawing, you know, sales to what you're doing. I think that that's so important. That's so important, but I don't want to cheapen this product by trying to put way too much into it. I want to make sure that I focus on every single aspect first. The first aspect I think that's most important is the design of your website before anything else. So are you saying we can have the shittiest of beats and still make sales? Absolutely. Absolutely. And I wouldn't sit here and lie to you. I'm telling you, there are people right now. The thing about shittiest is something that is subjective to the person that's listening. I made a video about that before, about, you know, people who have specific things they're looking for. You could have a sample of an Isley Brothers sample and do a terrible job, but the sample means so much to the rapper who's trying to buy the beat. He wants the beat because you perfectly put it together for his idea or his feeling that he has, and what feeling gets evoked from you using that sample. Same thing with, you may use a certain road chord progression over some terrible drums, and then people fall in love with it and want to buy it. That's not up for me to decide. I'm not the rapper purchasing your beats. So what you consider shitty is kind of subjective because somebody else may think it's gold. But it's really about creating a website that from the bare basic creates user-friendly experience. And that's what I want to help with you to do. I'm only going to probably do 15 minutes in this actual live stream. I'm going to do more. I promise I will do more because it seems like you guys have a lot of questions. The best, cheapest way to go about gathering domain names, what hosting website. Okay, cool. I think I'm going to limit the amount of steps that you have to make in order to make this happen. Because my thing is this. I know that if I create an extensive course, that it's only a small percentage of producers who are going to be like, yeah, I did every single step and it's functional, but there's way too many questions that become arise because I've gone over way too much. So what I'm going to do specifically is try to limit your steps, limit your budgets. I'm going to make sure that you don't have to worry about putting, you know, gobs of money into this. It's not about that. It's about making sure you have something functional that you can start to make sales and then make the proper upgrades where you need to make them. That's what this course is about. Do I need to start an LLC as a producer if I'm selling beats online? Absolutely. We can go over that briefly too, if that's necessary to trademark or copyright. Let's do that. So trademark, copyright. It's crazy because a lot of these questions are questions that I've already asked, but sometimes I lose touch. Pricing your beats. I like that one. Great one, Dre Royal. Pricing your beats. It's a lot of things that I think about and I'm like, oh man, I haven't gone over that since I first started selling my beats or whatnot. So it's important for me to go ahead and establish that. I'm on a live stream right now. Come say hi. To everybody in the world, 78 people. Come say hi. These are producers in here. You didn't say hi. You just picked up. Oh my gosh. What's up with you? Hey.
What is that?
YouTube. Basically going over the course that I'm be working on all day. I'm probably going to dedicate about 10 hours to this course. But somebody said shave your head. That's nice. I'm going to not shave my head. All right. Well, we've got how you get people to buy your beats when they can just go download random ones off of YouTube for free. You got to provide something they can't get from those free downloads. What to put on a contract. I likes it. And I'm going to tell you one of the benefits of using Airbit is that a lot of those questions you have about contracts, they provide you templates that you can basically make available to rappers whenever they lease your beats, so that there's already a lease agreement in mind. You just have to find out the different specific things that you wanted to outline. They'll design that for you. Is Airbit paying me? Is Airbit paying me? Ponder, why are you asking questions like that? What is that any of your business? Who paying me? To do what? First of all, if you knew anything about my content, you know that my content cannot be bought. You know that my opinion cannot be bought. Come on, man. You know me better than that. If you know anything about me, you know me better than that, man. I got people at my beats that are free, but do I start charging them and risk losing customers? I got people at my beats that are free, but do I start charging them? You absolutely start charging them, because there's going to come a day where you're not going to have the right, not even the right, you're not even going to have the opportunity to, let me say it like this. Life got me in a situation when I was younger where, you know, I was living with my mom and we lost our home. We lost all these different things that we didn't take for granted, but we lost these things. And I was doing free studio sessions and I felt so guilty, because it was like, how can I sit here and give free studio sessions and then knowing that bills and things are due? And so, you know what I had to do is I had to actually start charging my friends. And you know what? A lot of them dropped off, or friends, or, you know, I guess they weren't really friends, but they were people that didn't understand why I was doing that. So when I started charging, I started seeing who the real ones were. They were like, bro, I can slide you $20 for what you do. That's easy. Can you get ads on your website? That's a good question too. Let me write this down. Can you get ads on your website? Aw, for sure, baby. I mean, sorry, back to my Curtis King voice. You ain't supposed to hear me getting all soft and stuff. It's Curtis King Beats at CurtisKingBeats.com. But yes, can you explain royalties and splits? I think that's more, nobody is buying my beats off Airbit. I mean, there's a lot of factors that go into that, and I really believe it is your design on your website. I really believe that it's the ease of access. Somebody who's been, so you got to think about it. Somebody who says, yo, I'm going to your website. I saw something that drove me to go away from this social media, wherever you got them from, maybe from Twitter, from Instagram. They're saying, I saw something enough into this content that I want to go to your website. That says a lot about their commitment to your content. So that being said, if they go to your website and they're not buying your beats, you can't always blame it just on the beats. How to stand out in an overcrowded market. I think one way to stand out in an overcrowded market, Sean Mike, is to have a website that is fully functional. You'd be surprised how many producers are out there that, oh my gosh, they don't have a website that's functional. How do you set up an email list? I think that's a whole nother tutorial, but I'm going to briefly go about how you set that up. Well, actually, that is part of the course. How to set up email. Set up an email. What if somebody purchases a lease and goes beyond the distribution limit? How would you know? Well, that's where it's important to register your music. Like I said, that's more so the mechanics of the business as and it's not so much having to do with the website itself. So I can go over that another time, but today is strictly dedicated to here come the trolls. Have you listened to SpongeBob SquarePants song? Yeah, man, it's lit. How much should you charge for a lease? I think there's some standards. Actually, I'm up here answering questions like I'm not supposed to put that in the course. How much for leases? I think somebody already said that. Pricing your beats. Yeah, that's what that was. I'm writing these notes down. Is YouTube pay to play? Like a show? Nah, ain't no pay to play going on here. Oh, meaning like, do I get paid for views and whatnot? Of course. Of course. I monetize these video views. And I said to myself, I feel so good being able to do that through the means of giving you free advice and free information and just inspiration and motivation. I'm going to step it up. I'm going to step it up. I feel like, you know, I went through a lot of things the last few months, and I feel like, you know, I allowed that to kind of, you know, how can I put it? I allowed it to consume me. And in turn, allowed it to kind of make my page fall back a little bit. And I feel like YouTube, I should have been giving so much more. I used to give you guys so much more content, but then again, it came down to only the Curspirations, which are still good and every day from Monday to Friday. But as you see today, I released that video about what Tyler, the Creator, Flower Boy, what it taught me. I want to do more videos like that, because more videos like that are going to bring more traffic into what we're doing and get more people here. A lot of you say, man, I wish you guys would you know, share with me. I'm sorry. I wish you guys would have more traffic on this channel. Well, that's what I'm supposed to be doing. So that's what I have to make sure I do. I got to make sure I get more videos like that. So I'm going to be reviewing more projects, but not reviewing them. I'm going to be telling you what I learned from them, something unique, something that's going to perform well in SEO, something that's going to perform well across the board. So let me see. Do more videos like that. What the hell is 23,000 subs? You need 230,000. That's what I'm trying to do. So please have patience for those of you who are like, man, what are these extra videos popping up that have nothing to do with Curspiration? Have patience with me. I am doing what I have to do so that we can get more of an audience to what we're doing. Make it even bigger to what we're doing. And it's nothing that is beyond my personality. It's not, I mean, it may look like clickbait, but in real reality, it's just making sure that we appeal to a wider audience while still giving the same value that we're accustomed to doing. I mean, how often should you change your web layout? Love that. Angelo, I didn't mean to snap in your face like that, but how often should you change your layout? I love that. Do I have any more artist marketing 911s? I got some more stuff that I got planned with that. I may even actually send that over to not artist marketing, but producer motivation. I may send that over to the Airbit channel so that it has life. But also too, I got a podcast that's coming up. For those of you that know anything about my Patreon campaign, I've been pushing that forward, not just because, you know, folks is money hungry out here. That's not what it's about. It's really about being able to support these things and knowing that I can't do it on my own. I know a lot. I know a lot of people. Cannot do it on my own. A lot of y'all have been here for a very long time. Lil Rip. Hi, Lil Rip. You want acknowledgement. I gave you that. A lot of you understand that we have done a lot on our own. You know, a lot of these videos, before the Curspirations, I was doing 100% of these videos, editing, shooting, and all of these things. But now we got support. And now with you guys, it's even more support for what we're doing. And I appreciate it. Should you use Wix or Squarespace? It's a good one. Who should you use? And I'm going to go over that within the course as well. I think another question too. I want my question to get feedback. Well, go ahead and ask your question, Lil Rip. Fucking rude. Your name's Lil Rip. Stop it. I got time today. How do you get the ball rolling with your beat store? Okay, just basically the basics of it, produced by Cairo. I'm sorry. Sweet. Do I know what Lyricology's up to? No, I actually haven't talked to him in a few months, man. I don't. Somebody told me that it may be that the channel, I guess, was hasn't been active, but I haven't talked to him. I have not talked to him. I really wish I knew what's going on. I gotta hit that brother up. I got a new phone, so I don't have any of my old numbers anymore. But really great guy. Lyricology, really great peoples. Dude's making demands. What the fuck for free? That's what I'm saying. How you making demands in a free Q&A? But I understand it. You know, every human being has a need for something. Certainty, uncertainty, significance, love, and affection. But we really need growth and contribution. We ain't talking about that. Right now, he wants significance, so he's cussing me out. That's giving him significance from cussing me out and calling me effing rude. And he wants love and affection. He wants me to answer his questions. It's the two needs that you have right now, and I can see right through it. That's why I speak to it. If you're not trying to waste your time, Little Rip, you could leave. This is what this is for. What's up, Red Eye Villain? How you doing, family? Do you utilize an email list or do you rely on social media subscriptions? I think it's a balanced effort, and I think that's a good question to add to this. You guys are having excellent questions. The thing about it is, the reason why when I do interviews and people ask me, they ask me about, you know, how did you build your channel? I tell them, I say, there's no building a channel without, you know, intelligent artists and producers who I look at as entrepreneurs. There's no channel without them asking me the questions they ask. All I'm doing is reiterating the same questions that have been asked to me, but I'm taking the time to actually do that. How rich is Busy Works Beats? Come on, Culinary Peso. I don't even know you when I expect better, man. How much has nothing to do with it? All right, Lil Rip, man. You know, you gotta go. You know, it's time to go because you wanted your significance. You tried. If I'm gonna block you, I'm gonna make it look sexy. Sup, man? What makes these rappers? What makes these rappers to buy beats? They want everything for free. My email list, nobody buys my stuff, and I think that could be for a few different factors. Drop that beat. It may not just be because rappers want free stuff. So, you know, there's always, I always say this before I blame it on the other party. I always say, is there something better that I can do? Is there something better that I can do? Is there something that I can do? So I go down a checklist and say, have I made this email something that I would want to buy from? And I think from there, you can start asking the correct questions. Oh, we are 10 minutes over what I anticipated. I got some really good questions. Your lists are non-beat buyers. Look, Sincere might have gave you something right there too. You may be having a list full of people that came there for free. Because here's the thing about it. A lot of people build, and I know it's a very common marketing tactic to attract people with free stuff, but you're attracting people with free stuff. So you're attracting free stuff. All right, Culinary Peso, man. It was cool. It was real. It was real, my brother. It was real. But you know, you chose to go on the troll route. I can't help you, my brother. Have you played with marketing ads on Facebook to get hits on your site? Absolutely. But this is the thing about it. To go back to the other point is that I think that here's the issue. If you're trying to attract people with free stuff, you're attracting people who want free stuff. You're not always attracting people who are going to buy stuff. I think sometimes you need to attract them to maybe a smaller price point within your scale, whatever is smaller. Maybe your smallest, you know, the smallest price item you have is $30. Maybe you go down to like a 15 or 20 to attract customers who would likely upsell to a 30. So I think that you gotta put it up there. Solo Menace says always trolls on YouTube. So annoying. They gotta be here because if they wasn't here, you know, everything has a yin and a yang. It's possible. You know, you gotta have that happening. Sean Mike, can you do a buy one get one? Absolutely. I think that's a great way to get them in there too. But you gotta get them putting money down if you want that to be somebody who is going to be of the mindset that I need to invest into what I'm doing. What do you think about the 10-year rule to learn any skill? I mean, if it takes 10 years to get to 10,000 hours, why not? You know, why not? To me, I don't think there's a time that you need to put on it. I think what needs to come, can you do a mixing course? You don't want a mixing course for me, Alfonso. Let me say this once and for all. There's a reason why you don't want a mixing course for me, because 9 times out of 10, I know what I'm doing, but 8 times out of 10, I don't know what the hell I'm doing. If that don't make no sense, I know it doesn't make any sense. Let me explain to you why. When I am mixing, I know how to make my beats sound how they sound. With the snares all in your face, the kick is kicking you in the ass, all this crazy stuff. But when it comes to showing other people my method, it doesn't always necessarily translate. I'm being completely honest with you. It doesn't always translate. Jonathan, ask the question again. You got to understand, I got 25 questions flashing up at one time. So as I go through here, I'm only answering a question at a time, but you got to understand, I don't do mixing courses because there's so many things that you can benefit from, like a BusyWorks TV mixing course. He does so well at what he does. I actually bought that course myself. I do recommend learning how to mix better. I'm actually taking this year to do 2 things. I want to learn how to play the piano officially, and I want to learn how to mix beats the technical way so that I know how to mix my raw skills and raw knowledge with those technical skills. But I'm always learning. That's the thing is, you can never lose money investing in yourself. Straight up. Jonathan, I'll tell you why I didn't answer your question, because it had nothing to do with producer websites. If you look at the title of the video, my mans, it says questions for the producers. I understand you got a question. Come back for another live stream, my friend. Or don't. But I'm here to help picking a good name for your website. That's important. Do you still get your coaching? Absolutely. My coaching is at 101withcurtisking.com. Did you say learn piano? Yeah, man, I was getting too old to even try. Nah, I did say learn piano. I want to learn. Like, I play by ear. My mom has been playing piano for 30-odd years, but because of her work schedule, I never had the opportunity to actually learn from her. She taught me some things, but for the most part, your boy been playing by ear for the last 10, 12 years, and I've made some miracles. So thank you so much. I just want to say thank you to y'all so much for everything that you asked that had to do with this particular course. Man, I want to put together a monstrous product for you, a monstrous course, because at the end of the day, it's not about the money. If it was about the money, I would have put this thing out a year ago. It's not about that. It's about dedicating the time and dedicating what I actually feel like you actually need from that, what has helped me, right? So I'm going to break it down, every aspect of my website. If you have any questions, feel free to come back to this video after I post it and add questions to there. I'll go back and read them. Thank you so much. Yes, past space. I'm not trying to ignore nobody. I'm sorry if I missed your question, but today was specific for this because I still got to write the overview of this product for tomorrow. I love y'all, and I mean that, and I appreciate you jumping in here. Thank you so much. Thank you for sharing my videos and watching everything. I wish y'all the best. Y'all making beats tonight. Kill that. You making songs tonight. Kill that. Write your questions down. Come back to your boy, and we going to come back to that. We're going to have a good one. Doodle. Hey, y'all have a good one. Salute.